In order to learn a thing or two about coloring epoxy resin, I built this little accent lamp from 1x with resin colored with Eye Candy Mica powdered pigment. This lamp is really only made from a couple of pieces, 4 identical sides and a base. If you'd like to make it, you can find the technical drawings and material list for all of the components in the details below. But for me, the cool part about this is the epoxy resin colored that I use to make the glass panes. Colored epoxy resin can be used in so many ways. One idea I had was using it in a lamp, coloring the epoxy to change the character of the light. Would it work? I decided to try an experiment. I started out with a very simple shape cut out of 1x. I colored the resin with Eye Candy Mica Pigment Powder. I just poured it in and let it cure. My first panel had too much pigment powder. The color was great, but the panel was opaque. Not good for a lamp. So in the next couple of panels, I adjusted the Eye Candy powder to resin ratio until I got better results. The good news is that my experiment worked, and I was pretty happy with the results. So let me show you how I did it. I started by forming the lamp side. I drew the shape, drilled a couple of holes, and then cut out the center section with a jigsaw. Next, I laid out the Rockler silicone mat, but upside down on the bench, so the smooth side is up. Then I put a good layer of silicone caulk on the back of the side and pushed it down onto the mat. The smooth side of the blue mat keeps the epoxy from adhering to the substrate. It provides a nice flat, smooth surface on the back. If you've ever used epoxy resin or watched me do it, you know that it flows everywhere that you don't want it if you don't stop it. Hence, the silicone caulk. Now to get started with the epoxy resin. In this case, I'm using an MAS tabletop epoxy. It's a 1-to-1 mixture and it worked great for this project. The Eye Candy multi-purpose mica pigment colors epoxy really well, but it can be used in other medium as well, shellac, paints, or other finishes. There are tons of vibrant colors, and you can mix them as well. They bring unlimited options. As you saw in my experiments, a single color looks good for the faux glass panels, but there are other options. In my second set of sides, I poured clear epoxy into the openings and then added colored epoxy in small amounts, zigzagging the colors through the clear stuff. I then used a torch to pull any bubbles out of the mixture and let it cure. I can't tell you how much I enjoyed learning to work with these Eye Candy Mica powder pigments. It really did inspire me, and I'm just thinking about a bunch of new projects that I want to try. I can't wait to get started. I know I learned a couple of things going through this video. I hope you did too. I'm Rob Johnstone from Woodworker's Journal. Thank you for watching.